Beep, beep, beep. The sound of the alarm rings. I unlock the door. I walk in. I put the 4-digit passcode in. Doot, 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 doot. I walk into the first exam room. I make sure the equipment and the supplies are stocked up for optimal performance. I wipe down the counters and I make sure the scale is at 0. Mickey to room 1, please. Many people want pets but don't know what it takes. Having a pet is like having a kid. It needs shelter, water, food, and many times it needs medication. Life is unexpected. Just like how humans have knee surgeries, animals also have knee surgeries called ACL, anterior cruciate ligament. The top dog health states that 85% of all dog surgeries are orthopedic, also known as knee surgeries. There are many issues in the veterinary field. I'll be addressing the two main ones. According to the APA, 68% of all U.S. households own pets in 2016. Many office visits can start up to $70 and go up to $200. The AVMA states that almost 30% of all pet owners do not take their pets to the clinic due to cost issues. In my opinion, the desire to help and not being able to is mentally and physically draining as a vet tech. In many cases, the pet parent can't afford the treatment, so their best solution is euthanasia. Approximately 1.5 million animals are euthanized yearly, according to ASPCA. Many of those animals are kept in the Humane Societies. I adopted my dog from the Humane Society about 5 years ago, Max, and he was the best $100 I've ever spent because they do not allow you to adopt without neutering, so you have to pay for the neuter fees. There are many animals that cannot go into the shelter. They are considered community cats. According to the Humane Society, we have 30 to 40 million cats without homes roaming around. In the Pet Finder, approximately 8.12 million animals enter the shelter nationwide yearly, and approximately 5 to 9 million are euthanized. 60% of those are dogs and 70% of those are cats. Here is a graph showing the euthanasia rate in 21 cities, and the biggest city with the most rates is Detroit with an 86% increase. According to the Pet Finder, approximately 8.12 million animals enter the shelter nationwide yearly, and approximately 5 to 9 million are euthanized. 60% of those are dogs and 70% of those are cats. According to Animal Medical, 94% of all pet parents say that their animals make them smile at least once a day. In many kennels, 20 cages are in one area at once. Many of the animals that come to my clinic appear with upper respiratory infections and parasites. And now I'll be presenting you my visual aid and how I use them on my animals. And this is Manco. He will be my assistant for this visual aid representation. You get your stethoscope, you put it up to their chest, you count 15 seconds, and how many beats his heart beats in 15 seconds, you multiply that by 4. And that will give you his beats per minute when your animal is young, so they don't have any pre-existing conditions. Putting a leash on it and keeping it on track. Another big concern is the use and administration of medication. According to the Wedgwood Pharmacy, an increase of 11 to 963% on any individual item. This further clarifies my theory on how veterinary bills are increased by medication. My puppy Mako that I did my visual aid in, he's a dachshund. Many dachshunds have skin issues. We take him to the vet at least once a month for his allergy injection, and it went up to $70 instead of $64, which is a $6 and a couple change of increase, which yearly it becomes about $80 a year just on the increase itself. There are many alternatives, such as getting the prescription from the veterinarian, taken to a local business, or buying it online. According to the CNBC, the overall spending in the pet industry increased 4% yearly, going from a $66.75 billion incorporation to a $70 billion today this year. Many doctors are forced to find alternatives. Many human drugs have restrictions. Let's put a muzzle on it and let's wrap it up. There are many sustainable treatments and drugs in place for our four-legged friends. PETA stands for People of the Ethical Treatment of Animals. According to PETA, in 2019, they helped over 26,000 animals in over 250 cities, and they provided spay and neuter services for over 13,000 animals. I learned that this organization is the biggest in the world. I also learned that they seek total animal liberation, such as animals kept in laboratories or food industries. They seek to take them out of those terrible situations. PETA has over 6.5 million supporters and members, and their very important goal is to educate the public. Worldwide Funds. This company works in the wildlife preservation and the effects on humans in our environment. I learned that this organization's main goal is to have nature and humans coexisting in harmony. Many of our viruses are transmitted through animals, which we should consider having in our diet as a priority. This coronavirus transpired from a human eating a bat, which further explains why we need to prioritize our diet. Animal welfare. According to the WWF, their mission is to conserve nature and reduce the risks that we have on our earth. There are 6 specific areas that they watch is food, climax, freshwater, forests, oceans, and wildlife. I learned that this organization has been saving wildlife for over 60 years, and they also help extinct animals procreate. Let's check all the cages and shut all the lights off. Today about the 2 types of veterinary issues, drug upcharges and euthanasia, while also affecting sustainable solutions. Only person that loves a challenge would take on patients that can't tell them where it hurts. Veterinary care logistics. Thank you.